Hi, and in today's video, we're going to answer the age-old question. If he's cheated before, will he cheat again? Hello there, Matt Shaffer, your empowerment, connection, and relationship coach. And I want to unpack to you a question that somebody asked on my YouTube channel about if a man has cheated, will he cheat again? So once a cheater, always a cheater? And I've got some powerful questions for you to ask yourself when you're making that decision for your respective situation. But before I do, take a second, hit that little subscribe button. I'm always uploading new content, and I'd love to have you as part of our tribe over here. And now let's dive into this, right? So, a lot of women have asked me this both in my personal life and in my coaching practice. If a man has cheated before, either on me or on somebody else in his past, does that make him a greater risk to cheat again? I mean, it goes without saying that if a man has cheated before on somebody else, he's already demonstrated that he is willing to violate the trust of another person. And I'm sure that he's got justifications and a lot of explanations as to why it happened. And he's telling his side of it 1,000 different ways. But the bottom line is a man who is willing to cheat is demonstrated a fundamental lack of respect for that commitment. And there's a phrase that comes to mind when I think about this. It's the way we do one thing is the way we do everything. And so if a man has a lack of integrity and a lack of commitment around his relationships before, unless he has committed to shifting, then yeah, there's a greater chance that he's going to do it again. But I want you to ask yourself a few powerful questions, right? When you're evaluating if a man who has cheated before, either on somebody else or on you, on whether or not you want to give him a second chance and take that risk. The first question is, did he tell you and did he openly acknowledge that he cheated on you, or did you catch him? Did you have to catch him in the act, or did he come to you and admit that he had done something wrong? Because that, if he operated and he was proactive in sharing with you what happened with him, it does demonstrate that he does have some conscience around his actions and he did feel a responsibility to tell you about what he did. So that is a good sign. If he made no effort to tell you and you just busted him by checking his phone or some other method, that shows that he was trying to hide it, and chances are he wasn't going to tell you. So again, that would be an indicator that probably it's a bigger risk than you want to take. And the second question is, did he show actual remorse for his behavior? So did he actually genuinely apologize when either you confronted him with this or he came to you on his own, right? Did he purely and heartfeltly apologize and offer no justification and no deep explanation as to why he did it? That would be a great indicator that he is possibly willing to change, right? He needs to be firmly apologetic and take full ownership of his situation. If he is trying to justify it, if he's trying to provide some lengthy explanation as to why he did it, or even worse, try to blame it on the person he cheated on you with, those are bad signs. If a man is not willing to take full accountability and ownership of his mistakes, again, it demonstrates a lack of integrity, which is going to make him clearly predisposed to doing it again. And the third question is he willing to go above and beyond and do whatever it takes to regain and earn your trust? Because the bottom line is he committed a serious breach of trust with you, or he's committed serious breaches in past relationships. And if he wants to clean that up, he's going to need to do whatever it takes. And so he gets to demonstrate consistently over time a willingness to do the serious work, right? To work on himself, to work on the relationship, to be proactive in demonstrating that he has changed and that he is open and ready to do whatever it takes to earn the right to be in your life. So to bring this thing full circle, if a man cheated on you or on someone else, in general, yes, he is going to be predisposed and more likely to cheating again, because it does demonstrate fundamentally a lack of integrity. Does it mean that he absolutely will cheat again? Not necessarily. If he was proactive about coming to you and admitting that he had been infidelitous to you or to somebody else in the past, if you didn't catch him trying to hide it, it demonstrates that he has a conscience and that he's trying to be integrous with you. If he demonstrates pure ownership of the situation, he takes full ownership. He doesn't try to justify it or explain it away or blame it on somebody else, or even worse, blame it on you. If he takes full responsibility, also a sign of integrity and willingness to move forward. And if he shows consistently over time that he is willing to do whatever it takes and rebuild that trust with you, rebuild that connection with you, or demonstrate that whoever he was in that past relationship where he cheated is not him anymore, and that he's committed to living a different way and not betraying someone that he's in a relationship with, then yeah, men can change, truly, but they have to want it. Okay, they have to want to change, and they have to be inspired to change, because change is not natural for most people. And the last question I want you to ask yourself as we wrap up this topic is it in your best interest to maintain or deepen a relationship with a man who has proven that he has betrayed the trust of his partners, either in the past with other women or with you? Do you think this is the only man out there? Are you operating from a scarcity mindset? Because I guarantee you that there are other men out there who have fundamentally the integrity to never cheat on their partner. So don't settle, and don't believe that this is the only man out there. And don't feel that just because you've invested a lot of time and a lot of energy in somebody, if they've betrayed you and you don't feel safe with them, you do not need to maintain that relationship. There are other men, there are other possibilities for you out there waiting if you're willing to release a relationship that no longer serves you and that no longer makes you feel safe. So while there is always a chance that if a man is really committed, he can change his ways and he can be different in relationship with you, you got to ask yourself, is it worth taking that risk and potentially wasting a lot of my time and a lot of energy on someone who's already demonstrated that maybe a committed relationship isn't really what he wants? So I hope this answered that question. I'd love to hear your shares in the comments. Can men change? Can men shift their ways, right? And is it worth taking the time for you to do so? And if you like this video, take a second, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time on my YouTube channel. Bye-bye.